Panthers and the Buccaneers, whose only path to the playoffs is through the division. Carolina up a game, but Tampa has the tiebreaker. So here's how it shakes out. If the Panthers beat Seattle and the Bucs, lose to the Dolphins, Carolina clinches the division this week. So Panthers got to beat the Seahawks, Bucs got to lose to the Dolphins. Any other scenario leaves the Bucs hosting the Panthers in Week 18 in a winner-take-all game. ESPN Analytics says there's a 90% chance of that coming to fruition. Pretty interesting. Jeremy, what are you hearing about Tampa trying to turn this around?
It's a lot, Laura. There's a lot going on there. There's a little bit of psychological warfare right now because I'm told the reason why Todd Bowles went nuclear at his press conference after that Atlanta game a couple weeks ago is he's kind of just trying to shake up his team, wake them up and saying, hey, what are we doing here? Blown assignments. There hasn't always been buy-in among parts of the 53-man roster from what I've been told. Defensively, no pass rush. They're down a lot of personnel there because of injuries. They're playing third-string guards, which clearly is affecting Baker Mayfield. If he's more conservative late in games in each of the last two games, they probably walk away with 2 wins instead of 2 losses, so he's pressing a little bit. So this is a team then, they went into this Panthers game still thinking, hey, we're the better team despite all the problems, and that wasn't even enough. That didn't show up. So they're trying to regroup in these last 2 weeks, but it's going to be a struggle because it's a bit of a downward spiral that they can't totally grasp right now.
And Marcus, I'm interested in this from you. Which team between the Bucs and the Panthers do you have more confidence in right now?
It's Carolina. And to Jeremy's point, I don't know what's actually going on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The touchdown that they gave up before the half, this one right here against Jamel Dean, egregious. You gotta figure out a way not to let these guys in the end zone with 12 seconds left in the second half. But more importantly, Bryce Young is playing with a lot of confidence. He's using his athleticism. The run game early in the year was this team catalyst and calling card, and it seemingly found a rhythm. And also, they're not only playing well on offense, they're taking the football away on defense. Again, Ransom comes up with an interception against Tampa late in that football game to kind of help put that one to bed. Then Bryce makes the throw to Coker to really put it to bed. And now you have a young team that's figuring out how to win, that seemingly is getting hot at the right time with a quarterback that's starting to understand what the coach is asking of him, and now it's allowing his playmaking ability to come out and shine forward.
This is close for me. Both defenses have pretty significant weaknesses, both pass defenses in particular. Neither really has a pass rush right now that scares you. But if I'm having to cast a deciding vote, and this is in line with what Marcus said, Bryce Young is playing better football right now for the Carolina Panthers. Since Week 8, he is top 5 in QBR on third down. He has the 4th fastest time to throw, 2nd highest precision passing rate. That connection between him and Tedero McMillan in particular on money downs is real. You can see the trust he has in it. Frankly, it's kind of like Baker and Mike Evans when things are going well in Tampa Bay. He throws to him with anticipation. He's aggressive about it, and he's being rewarded for it. So really love what I'm seeing from this Carolina passing attack. That said, they're a very up-and-down team. You guys have heard me joke about this. But right now, the quarterback is playing better.
Yeah, how about this, too? You guys, the Panthers have already won 8 games as an underdog this season, tied for the most by any team in a single season in the Super Bowl era. Carolina, by the way, as you might expect, an underdog again in Week 17, getting 7.5 points at home against the Seahawks. So maybe they'll figure out a way to. On NFL Live, here's Jerry Jones on the Cowboys' playoff drought today.
1 year, you can change the drought. And then you're the latest to have gone to the playoffs or gone to the Super Bowl. So I don't pay any attention to 30 years this, 20 years that, when I know one good year would change it all and you'd be at the top of the list.
Ooh, holly jolly here. Okay, the Cowboys and Commanders kick off the Christmas Day NFL slate. Jeremy, both teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. What changes could be coming for these teams?
Yeah, I like that jingle there.
Woo!
So Dallas and Washington, I don't expect them right now to make head coaching changes. Brian Schottenheimer is really well liked in Dallas. Dan Quinn, they've had a ton of injuries. It's sort of understood there that he will probably get a 3rd season, but I could expect some changes on the staff. You look defensively. Joe Witt, the defensive coordinator in Washington, had his play calling duties relinquished. Dan Quinn has been handling that. Typically, that's a bad sign. And then in Dallas, there's a feeling there that, hey, we're probably a playoff team if not for the defense continually giving up 30-plus points per game. So is there a change with Matt Eberflus? The D coordinator is now the question.
All right, let's go to the Lions facing the Vikings at 4:30 on Christmas Day. News just coming down recently on J.J. McCarthy. He has a hairline fracture in his hand, and he's out Max Brosmer will start in this one. Marcus, what do you want to see from Detroit as they hang on to their playoff hopes?
Yeah, Boogie, I want to see them get the run game going once again. They were stifled, obviously, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Jahmyr Gibbs has been one of the proponents for this football team. Obviously, we know Jared Goff is much more comfortable when the play action is not dealing, and he had to get away from that a little bit because the run game wasn't working. Was still able to push the ball down the field and make some explosive plays, but I want to see this Detroit run game and this offensive line get back to some physicality.
The nightcap, the Broncos and Chiefs. Mina, what's something you have your eye on for Denver?
Yeah, I want to see Bo Nix and this offense get back on track. Obviously, on the other side of the ball, no Patrick Mahomes, so I would expect to see this Broncos defense play well. But coming across, off of a performance versus the Jags that was really up and down. You saw Bo hit on some throws downfield, but also missed some. You also saw the Broncos really struggle to convert in short yardage. That ended up being story of the game, 1 for 6 on 3rd and short. That has to change on a playoff run.
Will be in San Francisco. If they get the 1 seed, they would have home field advantage all the way until Super Bowl 60. It's time for a little Q&A with Dominique Foxworth and Jeff Saturday. This is a part of the show where they have their own show. Neek is going to ask Jeff questions, and he will answer. So, Neek, get us started with question number 1.
All right, I'm going to start with Jeff's favorite team, but not such a great story. So, Phillip Rivers joined the team. It was a fun, incredible, awesome story for the old man. But do you think that their Hail Mary attempt at solving the quarterback situation with Phillip Rivers has set them back going forward?
Yeah, I'm torn here. Like, let's be real, right? Going, the 2 losses back to back hasn't helped them. You don't really know what you have with Daniel Jones coming back from the Achilles, how quickly he's going to be able to bounce back from it, Neek. And then you have Riley Leonard sitting behind Phillip Rivers. And the reality is Phillip Rivers is a coach on the field, right? From the neck up, there's not going to be anybody better. He's seen every defense. He's seen every disguise. He understands what they're going to do. Last night he's playing a defense that can't pressure the QB, and so he picked them apart. But the reality is, where do we go from here? We're a 2% chance to make the playoffs. We had a 98% chance a month or so ago. It's devastating for fans, I know. And as inspirational as Rivers has been, I'm not sure we know where we're headed next year at the QB position.
Yeah, considering how the season was going, I guess it was worth a shot, but I think that story is probably going to end pretty soon. But that was a crazy story. 44-year-old quarterback coming out of retirement to help out the team. It's been an insane season. Micah Parsons got traded. Mahomes is not in the playoffs. Yeah. But what has been the most insane thing that happened this season in your memory, Jeff?
I would say the 2-point conversion or wannabe conversion, maybe a conversion, the Seattle Rams game. I have never seen a play like this before. I thought it was dead. I think everybody in the stadium thought it was dead. I think the referees thought it was dead. And then all of a sudden you go in there and pick it up, and it's now converted. Listen, I still barely understand it. I understand supposedly it's a lat or a backwards pass, whatever that all is. Really, really confusing. But I say that's probably the most interesting because, again, it threw all the way to a win for the Seahawks against the Rams. That's a massive pickup for that Seahawks team.
Right, and it's not just that it's a win. It might help decide who wins the Super Bowl this year. A ridiculous play that everyone stopped playing. And now the Seahawks have the inside track to skip the first round of the playoffs, whereas the Rams would have had it. And this season might be decided. The Super Bowl champ we might look back at a ridiculous call. They're lining up to kick it off, and they're like, yeah, you know what? Actually, that was good.
The best part was the kickoff. It took all the way that far. You're like, good gracious.
Since we are headed into Christmas, this is the last time that I think you and I will see each other. So I'm going to play Santa. I got a present, and I got some coal for you. So we'll start with the good news. I want to show you my favorite, which I think is your favorite also, Pancake of the Year. Everyone loves when this guy gets. I'll let you talk through it because you're the pancake man on Get Up.
Oh, I just want you to watch what Darnell Washington, who is listed at 260 but weighs 330, looks like as he's coming off the edge. Same foot, same shoulder. Give him the forearm flipper, baby. Knock my man down. That thing is beautiful. That is nastiness at the point of attack.
I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that. How about a little cold, brother? Myles Garrett in this place. Watch that Euro step on Trent Williams. Trent Williams, one of the best tackles ever. And Myles Garrett teleported from the outside, from the C gap to the B gap. and got that sack. This man gonna break the record. Most incredible lineman in the league right now.
That's a ton of coal right there. That my man has